Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create multiple layers in walls. If we draw a wall, we're using the standard hatching. If I right click on this tool, select Layer Construction, Open Template, I can load some previously created templates. Here we have a partial fill cavity wall. And you see that this structure has now changed. Here we have our facing brick, our cavity, our insulation, our blockwork, and our board, plasterboard. So if I now draw a wall, you'll see that my wall structure has taken on the details of the template. So how's that done? Right, let's create a new wall layer. Select new, and you can select, this is going to be my facing brick, and this is going to be 100 mil, and we can select in our materials catalogue the kind of brick that is. Insert our new layer, and this layer is going to be our cavity. And this cavity is 50 mil, and we select from our materials list cavities. Oops, it's a bit too quick with the selection. Cavities, and we can select our cavity of 50 mil. Insert another new layer. Select that layer, then say insert new layer, and this is going to be our insulation. And our insulation is going to be 40 mil, and our materials list, materials for thermal insulation, and we're going to use this one. I said. Then the next layer is going to be our block. So our breeze block, let's call it breeze block, and this is going to be 100 mil, and we'll call this a masonry structure, standard masonry. Got to be very careful that you've got the right layer selected when you change the size, but you can always go back and change them. And our last layer is going to be our, that's our breeze block, and the last layer is going to be our fiberboard or plasterboard, gypsum, and we can select that from our list here, just standard, and we'll say that that's 12. Oops, 12. So here we've got our facing brick, our cavity, our insulation, our breeze block, and our plasterboard. And we can actually save this, and we can call this test 1, whatever you wish, for bringing to use later. And we say OK. If we now draw our wall, we'll see that we've now got our wall, the plasterboard, blockwork, insulation, cavity and facing brick. We can also use this same feature, new template here, to create coloured walls. So in our 2D display we can say, well, we want a monochrome colour, and you select the colour, and for instance if we want a tomato coloured wall, okay, so any walls you draw now are red. Likewise, you can select a texture, so you can define a texture from loading in an image, define a new pattern. You can also, in the same dialog, decide how the wall looks in 3D, so you can actually assign different, in this case it's a plaster, so we can actually put different plasters onto the 3D view of the wall. There are other things you can do, change the transparency, reflection, and this is standard colour settings for textures in the 3D view.